Yeah, so we're live.
Outer Haven?
Assemble! That was
What I
pretty
keep.
bad.
You tried.
I substituted for
uh,
Nikki today, yes.
so everyone on the stream. So I'm gonna save the face reveal for next week because we got laws this week. But I'm gonna do a live reaction because I still haven't read it yet. So try not to post any spoilers. But we're gonna start from the first page. We'll kind of do what we normally do if you guys want to like chime in without spoiling shit as we go through it. Um, so if you
I'll
guys
put
are ready,
myself on mute then.
so I'm gonna go through it. I'll obviously read it out loud, so it's not just like silence the entire time. Alright, so first page, we got the turtles with fucking Bartolomeo. I know as I actually really want that guy. The kind of like it looks like his first mate to the left of him. I actually secretly want that guy to be super OP later. I want to see it.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so let's go to the actual first page. This part I got somewhat spoiled for, so I kind of know about the big mom with the caressing of the head. Um, okay, so basically we're in the treasure room still. It looks like Brooke finally got taken out. Or supposedly. When I first saw this, I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought that this was like gonna be like a random skeleton that Brooke found somehow. And then dressed up like him. So we got the big mom laugh, and then what adorable little creature we have here, and she's just slightly petting him. It's like she got a new Pokemon. She got a shiny Brooke. Every last part of him is bones, and yet he's alive. What a miracle! Your fighting was quite wonderful too, Soul King. So I wonder if she knows about his music. They're hoping that she's gonna like play some music for him at his wedding. It seems the chess soldiers are absolutely terrified of you, Mama. Do you think the Soul King himself, you are their arch enemy? So the kind of confirmation of what we already knew, which is like Brooke is the complete counter, and does look like I'm just looking at the skull. You can see it's kind of like cut down the middle. They're basically my clones. I've given them my soul directly. The level of their souls is completely different. Okay, so it looks like maybe she can't be countered Big by Brooke if she has directly her souls. And then you see Prometheus and Zeus, and obviously they kind of reflect what she's feeling on the inside, which is right now is happy. We've completed our investigation, Big Mom. I feel like Brooke is gonna literally just not be in his body. His soul might be wandering around because it doesn't look like he's moving. Either that or he's completely knocked out. There's nothing in his clothes, and there's nothing in the cylinder either. He didn't steal a thing. So I'm literally guessing that if you guys remember way back, I think it was during Thriller Bark when we first meet Brooke, he can literally open his skull up. So I'm guessing we might have the body like glyph fish note in the skull maybe. She might not know until later.
Was able to do that.
Yeah, I believe so. It's like I think I don't remember if it was in the anime directly, but I think it was in the manga. Because I remember that his skull could open up, and it was kind of like a troll thing. But I'm wondering if Oda's going to use that like and have it be like sing in there. I Then I guess everything's okay, Soul King. And then, oh, okay, so Brooke, it looks like he's still there. He says, this is so disgraceful. How embarrassing. Sorry for suspecting you. Leave alone the Tama Tabako. Even a rubbing of the poneglyph. This supposed to be robbing. There's no way I'd let any of that stuff get stolen under my nose. If someone were to make off with those things and find their way to Raftel again, I'd like, I'd look like an idiot too, right? Ha 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 ha. I won't ever make the same mistake I did back then with Roger. I wonder if the Yonkos did exist back then, or at least Big Mom. He used some strange power that involved hearing the voice of all things. Okay, so yeah, so there's a confirmation we talked about, I think, last week. Is Roger can read the poneglyphs just with that power specifically, or something to read that damn thing. But we've got our ace in the hole that one day develop that same power, though. I feel that's gonna be pudding. Power with like this 3-eye maybe. We're gonna be the next ones to make it to Restel. Is that pudding right there? Yep. Mama. Oh, my cute pudding. I was just talking about it. Oh, okay, so okay. And here you are. What's the matter? Did your third eye manage to achieve true opening? Oh, maybe like Hiei status shit, like certain like conditions. Oh, come on, Mama. That's all you ever talk about. I'm a half breed. The fuck? There isn't even any guarantee that I'll ever awaken such a power, anyways. Okay, if she's gonna be a half breed, like with half like three-eyed race and half like human, like I have a semi confirmation for me that she's gonna be a good guy. Haha, sorry, but there's no denying. The fact that you've got the blood of the strange three-eyed tribe, okay, running in your veins, is a three eyes. Mustn't let on that we're acquainted. That
Yeah,
bone
what did
man.
he mean by that?
Well, he doesn't know that. Like, well, he doesn't know supposedly. Putting is evil. I'm still on the boat that like she's good, but he's trying to pretend like, oh, I don't know her because like they met before. Remember?
Oh,
Um.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
that bone man made it all the way out here. Well, he's been captured. Should be fine. It looks like it's. I don't think that's Nitro talking. I think that's Louis just putting. I don't know. I think this still like backs up the good thing. Say, Mama, I want to talk to you about something, but it's a bit embarrassing to say here. Can we go to your room? Oh, sure, let's go. Okay, so then the courtyard. Goddamn, there's a ton of people. Um, third floor courtyard. Go get them, Viscount. Oh God, haha, Viscount chick. Okay. So he's a zone user, I'm guessing. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
let me guess. He like fucking like evolves or some shit. Pokemon. PO. So like his little like chicken laugh. Viscount chick, and then you see the egg. So I'm guessing that's gonna be the new like chicken maybe in there. Like he kind of reborn's fucking Marco the Phoenix status. Cluck cluck. Whoa, these cries will happen. His next evolution. Duke chicken. So I'm guessing Count Vismo because or Viscount and then Duke royalty status, which is Baron's the lowest, so maybe we'll get like a king or something like that or emperor. How stupid! I'll just finish him off now. Stop that. Okay, Pedro going in for the kill. From Baron Egg to Viscount Chicken and the Duke Chicken. Every time it breaks, he is reborn stronger. See, this is kind of how I feel like Marco's like Devil Fruit Awakening should be. If he dies, he like gets reborn. The Tama Tama no Mi, so Chicken no Mi. Duke Chicken is a true knight. Fear him. If he evolves, you'll be nothing more than dust as feet. Stop him. I don't feel like waiting around. Stop. Alright, it ends here. Oh, bombs, you bastards. What are you playing at? God damn, dude. What the fuck? He's loaded. He's like 30 different bombs. There sure are a lot of you soldiers clustered around here. Back run, men. As a decoy, I couldn't wish for anything more. Stop. It looked like he just self-destructed. Like, we
Yeah,
know he's probably alive.
he's hardcore, man. He's
Oh, for real, bro. Like, if you look at how big that explosion is, because you can see, like, the courtyard in, like, comparison, that shit's huge. It looks like, I'm guessing everyone but the chicken's gonna be knocked out, maybe. A cluck. Looks like a mirror got broken. Okay, mirror world. So you're insane. Sheesh. You scared the crap out of me, Pedro. Yeah, okay. So they come in clutch. I'm guessing like we're slowly gonna get all the heads like saved and then brought into the mirror world for like their final battle during the wedding. Aha, oi, Pedro. Carrot. Oh bro, we better see her like drawings. They're gonna be super troll. I was the one surprised to tell you the truth. Who would ever expect being called to from inside a mirror? But you still managed to come up with a plan. Like this in barely a few seconds, you're amazing, Pedro. I guess we're actually inside a mirror now. Kind of hard to believe. People can't enter or leave this without world without Brule. We're safe here. We can save Sanji this way too. Tell us what you know. Uh, Vin Diesel. What? Luffy and Luffy and Nami got captured. Yeah, that's what I heard. I'm worried about Brook too. I just hope he managed to get that rubbing of the poneglyph. Oh, so the rubbing in their talking about specifically the fishman. Everyone's in trouble. We gotta hurry. God. Oh, literally, this is like I see her picture, and I forgot the word is, but there's a certain like way that like females draw, like even men, and they all look kind of female-ish. Her mirror on the wall tells where these people are. What sort of art style is that? That even might be a reference to the Funimation like Mafia scene if you guys haven't seen it yet, where they make all the characters a female. That long-haired girl just ran by me, said Nami. Whoa, the mirror just spoke. What? So Nami's escaped. Is Luffy with her? She's with Boss Jinbei. Jinbei. Okay, now we're outside the castle. Requesting minister class backup. Ministers. So that's I'm assuming that's the top tier people of each of the islands, which we have 34 islands, I believe. So it's 34 ministers. I'm guessing Minister of Cheese and crap like that. It's kind of like her captains, is my guess. Sanji, we can't stop Straw Hat Luffy. Where are you? Third floor bomb. It's me, Sanji. Whatever they call it, bomb, like King Bomb. Hear me out, boy. The hell's grabbing him? No hand? Maybe Reiju? Oh, yank. Yep, okay, so Reiju. Boom. Okay, so, but it's Sanji there. I feel like he's maybe not going to be here. How fast is this guy? Where the hell did he go? Don't let him get away. You, Sanji's sister? Yes. What is that for? I'm in a hurry here. You're looking for Sanji. He was here till about a moment ago, of course. Because the chapter says here, or not here, so I'm guessing they're going to go meet at the meeting spot. And he'll bring his fucking meat bento. Really? Where'd he go? We've been tricked by Pudding. Sanji's bride, Pudding, she said she's going to kill him. Okay. You okay? Did you get hurt? Fufu. Thank you. I'm okay. As for Pudding, my little brother knows what he knew about all this all along. No, he learned about just now. I tried to convince him to just run from here. Sanji's hung up on the hostages in East Blue, and you all know he doesn't want you to be harmed. Those hostages are on the people on the Barate, right? I know them too. If they're really in danger, I'll even go to East Blue if I have to. I'll go save them. See how I feel like Jin's gonna be waiting there for the assassins. I doubt the Straw Hats can go all the way back there. Would you like something to eat? No, I'll only eat food you make. Yep. You see Luffy dying of hunger, but I see so Sanji knows about Pudding, huh? His teeth. I'm glad he wasn't tricked. Everything besides that's already been done. Okay, thanks, Sanji's sister. Not giving a shit. Going right outside the fucking glass window. He's probably gonna rocket all the way over to the fucking meeting spot. Where are you going? That's our promised place is not here. Right through the glass. It's like a fucking 10,000 foot drop. That's fine. Do not care if this man loses his head. Zeph literally trying to teach Sanji don't be garbage. Really sacrifice Sanji. As long as you don't ever run away, everything that'll turn out just peachy. Smokey's sick. Tomorrow's wedding ceremony. The Finnsville Smelly will be slaughtered. Go home, you little life pirates. He's really thinking about everything he's done. There's no going back now, Luffy. Wait, does it show where he's at? I don't think it does. Oh no, he's in the hallway. And it looks like the people just ran by, so I'm kind of wondering if he must have been right around the hallway. Something just fell down from the sky. My house. Oh.
Yo, Kaido 2.0?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You literally just see. I'm not gonna lie, that looks like the silhouette looks kind of like Ace. Looks like a dragon face. A person. I gotta wait for him at that place. Yep. Look, dude, the fact that I'm pretty sure he just took a ton of damage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He did.
I don't get why he didn't I don't know, do fucking Geppo, the little stepping move with your second.
Right.
Have not died. Part of me feels like he's gonna pass out. I think that's the end of the chapter. Yeah. Part of me feels like he's gonna end up passing out literally right at the meeting spot, and then the bento, he's gonna bring it the meat bento, and they're gonna eat it, and then they're gonna go super crazy. They're gonna just go and save Brook.
Yeah.
I want to see Brook use his possession to go and use his ghost to go around take over either another person or something along those lines. I'm gonna read the chat now so that I'm not spoiled. Okay.
No, you're good.
Fucking dance in the chat, you bastard, Dan. Yeah, Dan. I don't think Dan's read the chapter yet. He's not a real fan of One Piece.
No, for real.
Alright, so now that we obviously went through it, I'm gonna go read it, reread it as we're talking. But so first of all, what would you guys rate the chapter? Because I thought that was a good, I said, build-up chapter. It wasn't anything crazy besides the Tamago thing, I guess, and obviously Brook getting captured.
Yeah.
So I would give it a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, that's kind of what I gave it. At least I was looking the first time when I read it this morning, I gave it close to a 7, 7.5. But if I had to go back and see it again, the second time I did, and then I read it a third time, I had to give it an 8 at least. There was interesting stuff at the very least, but I felt this is way too much of a build-up chapter, and build-up chapters don't tend to give out 10 out of 10s. You know what I mean?
I think it is 7.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like when we get into the actual like next week's full on chapter, because like for me the climax I kind of feel like is going to be the actual wedding. But like
Yeah,
obviously, if Sanji decides to go, which it doesn't sound like he's going to go meet them there right now, at least, because he's still in the hall thinking about everything's done, and it seems like Sanji kind of was like hinting that like what I did was bad, but like I did it for everyone else, so like there's no going back on it.
yeah,
Um, and so I don't think he's going to go to meet him right now. I don't even know to be honest. But no, I think that like the climax is going to be the wedding. And I know people like say like why would we still get a wedding?
yeah,
But I kind of feel like the big thing about this like entire arc for me at least was seeing a wedding, especially seeing like because I want to see all of Big Mom's people. Like I want to see a big ass like one like the full on like cover panels kind of thing, with just one giant panel with all of, like Big Mom's like allies like in the room in the wedding. At least her top people at the very minimum.
Yeah, also
Um,
about Sanji saying there's no going back, Luffy. It's not a coincidence that he thought that right after he thought of him saying go home, hello life pirates, right?
yeah,
yeah.
Now he's saying like, oh, there is no going back now.
Well, I think
You
when he
can't
said
go
that,
home.
like I don't know what you're referencing, but I think he was saying like because we got into a fight and I told you like you're garbage and you're never gonna be the Pirate King, that like I can't rejoin your crew. I felt like whenever you get in like an argument with a friend over something stupid and like you realize 10 seconds after you like dip out, you're like okay that was a retarded argument, like why do we even fight about it? But your like pride gets in the way kind of, and you're like well what's done is done. Like
yeah.
that's kind of what it is. Um, I think the biggest thing about this entire
No,
uh chapter this week probably was the pudding thing. I'm not gonna lie, the pudding and Roger thing.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
because
think
like
that too, and I guess like where Sanji could be, because like I'll save my thoughts for where I think Sanji is like
right
waiting
now you're
at,
talking
but
about.
like
Well, if you look around the corner, you can see that like how they have like okay, so like if you go back where like Rage is grabbing his arm, there's a dust cloud. Like it's kind of like how they show like someone's running really fast, and then when you see Sanji like Page, right, you see a dust cloud around the corner, kind of down the hallway from him, which means that like that's the people that were chasing Luffy. So my guess is he's way around the corner around the hall. It's like
okay,
to the left because it's on his right. And I partly think he might have overheard that stuff, maybe. Because I think I think he's lay on the other opposite side of the wall, basically, from where like the hospital room is.
yeah,
because like the way, because like I'll just say my thing now, then I guess, but basically I think like because some people kind of predict like he's probably gonna go see Judge if anything, just to kind of let him know what's going on. But I honestly think now like he's probably gonna go and meet up with Caesar just because we haven't seen him for a long time, so he might try and like work out something with him.
right.
Because they already have the information that like something's going on. Obviously, the Vinsmoke's gonna be slaughtered and everything, right? We kind of need to get Caesar back in the story since it's been like what 20 plus chapters since the last time
Yeah.
we saw him. So I kind of feel like this like would be a good way to kind of bring him back and kind of figure out from like what can Caesar do to help them escape, since
So
that's like the big thing now.
do you guys think like I'm just thinking about it now you mentioned it like do you I kind of secretly feel like this on the Straw Hats completely forgot about Caesar because like when they're asking like who to draw and whatnot like literally like Carrot doesn't even mention Caesar. Well
Yeah,
then again, Carrot doesn't even know who Caesar is if you like think about it because
yeah,
like
because they
he's
never
hiding his
met.
identity and shit like that. But
Actually,
obviously
no, they
Chopper's
did
there.
meet. They did meet.
Well, they met, but they didn't say, "Oh, I'm Caesar Clown." Like, remember they like trolled and like some other name
Yeah,
because like obviously
Yeah.
like they didn't want him to know like that was the man who made all these weapons. Um, so Chopper knows, and I'm kind of wondering if like they're gonna show it. I think we're gonna see Caesar. I think he's gonna like meet Caesar before we meet Luffy again. I feel like in terms of like when Chopper and them go. Like I think they're gonna round up Nami and Jinbei, and I think they're gonna go for Caesar. And then they'll probably regroup, and then I think like Luffy and Sanji are gonna like meet each other. I still think we're gonna see Judge though meet Luffy kind of before Sanji. It's like I thought that's what's gonna happen this arc or this chapter. I thought Judge was
mm,
gonna like run into them, mainly because it'd be funny as fuck if like Judge and all the Smokes like meet him because when they met Yanchi, that literally Luffy's like stop playing around Sanji, like we know it's you kind of thing.
yeah,
And so like it'd be funny to meet his dad. Plus like Luffy would probably know slightly at least about like why his like dad forced him, and like that would probably start like a conflict between the two, and it would be kind of interesting because like if Luffy's tired out right now, like in the condition he's in, which like right now looks like he's only like 5%, then it would be interesting for them to meet because then like obviously like he could one shot Luffy
Yeah.
because Luffy's so tired.
I don't know, like if I see like anyone who's gonna probably end up meeting up, like it would be crazy because like obviously of course he's waiting at the promised place and stuff, which like I like you would think like Sanji's probably gonna go give him some food, but I honestly think like it's gonna be like both Ichiji and Ichiji that's gonna show up and try and like fight him 2-on-1. So kind of like if I had to make a comparison, it would be something similar to like in Dragon Ball. If you guys ever watched the history of Trunks for like 17 and 18, like that's like my connection that I see with Ichiji and Ichiji, and I think like Luffy in the situations can be like the future Gohan.
You think Ichiji is?
Like I'd say like Ichiji would probably be like I would definitely say he has like closer to like 17, where like Nichiji would probably be like 18.
I think Ichiji's gonna be like super like 17. Like I think Ichiji's gonna be like, because I like Nichi I think is strong, but I think he's still like a tier below Ichiji. Like I think Ichiji's literally gonna be like the perfection, kind of like perfect cell. Like how he's
Yeah.
absorbing people. I think like Ichiji's gonna be like the perfect cell, like the ultimate form, where like
Yeah, and then if you look
He's
at like
gonna be
Judge,
absorbing
like
niggas?
Dr. Gero or like
I'm not saying absorb, I'm just saying like
Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
in terms of genetics, like he's gonna be like the perfect like specimen. Because like I think Reiju like to Ichiji, because we know that she's not perfect in the sense that like she was created before them, and before the like formula was perfected. So I think she's like in Ichiji's eyes, I think she's like garbage. And I think if like idea is the same, where like if Ichiji and like Yanji and Sanji were like not as like genetically perfect as Ichiji, they're all gonna like
yeah,
lesser forms. And like it goes with the idea in One Piece where like certain characters like Dofi and stuff like see other like people as lower life forms, like not even humans to them.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be something the same with Ichiji, where like the Judge and all these other people, in his eyes, are gonna be like garbage. Like they're not even human beings, so like it's whatever to him. That's kind of how I see
Mhm.
it going down. Because I do think
Yeah.
Ichiji's gonna go for a betrayal this arc. I really feel like he's been way too quiet.
I think he's gonna try and
I don't
betray
think he's been
Judge from the
quiet enough.
sidelines, man. I really think like he's gonna try and assassinate Judge on his own accord, and he's probably working with like either. I don't think like now like the Vince Smokes have some kind of like little plan underneath, or like Ichiji's probably working with Big Mom undercover. But like I'm seeing now, like Capone's probably working with Ichiji. They plan to get rid of Judge, and then they're gonna try and plan like to get rid of Big Mom.
Yeah, because Capone's clearly like one of the bigger like people out there. It'd be funny if he was actually trying to kidnap Pudding, like if that was his main goal.
Well, we found out about the
Right?
whole half breed thing, so like it's interesting now with the whole like 3-eyed race. So like there's value to her if there aren't many left, you know.
Well, yeah. And the one thing that's interesting too is I'm about to if everyone has the picture or anything of it. So back in the auction house, way back pre-timeskip on Archipelago, Sabrity, we have a list of all the races, and there was 2 races left. One was the Minx at the time. This was like 2 years ago, and another was another race. And the other race, I'm pretty sure, had the highest like bounty, or whatever you want to call it, the highest like reward for capturing one alive, and that could be the 3-eyed race. Then, so they might be like a case where it's like only 1 or 2 ever exist anymore. And it'd be interesting because like in Zoe, we just got the idea that like Robin was one of the only people, if not the only person left to be able to read the Poneglyphs. And now if we have it where Voice of All Things can read it, which is the case with Roger, then Pudding,
Yeah.
Robin,
And
and
also
Luffy.
Momonosuke.
Yeah, Pudding, Robin, Luffy, Momonosuke, Kobe, and Aiza, sorry, are the only people that can read it. Aiza is the little girl from Skypiea, and they're the only ones that we can kind of know that they have the Voice of All Things. Luffy and Momo pretty much for sure, but the other 2 seem like pretty heavily that they do have that too as well.
Yeah.
So there's about 6 people. So it'd be interesting because then the Marines would have one. I think Robin's going to get captured later by probably Blackbeard is my guess. And then we'd have Luffy, obviously, who could read it, and then Big Mom or maybe like Eustace's team might have it, because they would probably then kidnap Pudding. I feel like maybe, I don't know. And like I feel like each faction, like each major faction, so the Marines, 2 of the Supernova groups, and then the Yonkos will each have one of them, and it'll just be a matter of like who can get to it first.
Like Big Mom has Pudding, Kaido has Momonosuke. That's why he wants him.
Yeah. I'm saying like
Blackbeard probably is gonna try to steal Robin.
Yeah. I was saying that like Eustace, I think, is
Nah.
gonna end up kidnapping Pudding.
Blackbeard gonna go back to Sky Island and get the little wing, bro.
Well, the only thing is like Bellamy was there, so like it's possible for people to get there. You never
You
know.
say it's impossible?
Oh, it's possible to get there.
Oh, okay.
Because
I thought you
Bellamy
said
did
it's
it.
impossible. I was about to say, really?
And we're doing it at Stebo right now.
All you gotta do is fly.
But no, like I think it's gonna be interesting because I feel like that's gonna be what's gonna come down to is each of these main people that can read it. Will be the big factors. Because the thing that like I've been talking about since we kind of known that Nitrocell Jelly is pretty much Capone's homie, is he's always been with her, and I don't think that's a coincidence, and I don't really think Big Mom really knows. So I think it's gonna be a matter of like he's gonna use that because we saw with Reiju, he turned into like the Nitrocell Jelly, turned into like these like sedative handcuffs, so she couldn't move at all. So like I could see that being used on Pudding, and they like, kidnap Pudding somehow, and I would be like the White Knight Sanji having to go like super sick to save her.
Yeah.
I'm like just trying to look at all the Big Mom people because there's usually like
you
interesting
know
people in the mix.
You know what I think? Like if you read the chapter, at one point the soldiers are being like, "Call the ministers." Luffy's running around, right?
Right.
And like Luffy obviously can't fight in his current state. So I think one of the ministers is gonna come in and fight Sanji when Sanji is trying to reach Luffy.
I hope that all of them go to him, like the majority of them, and I kind of want to see Sanji put some work in because I'm in the boat that like Sanji could do it pretty dirty to like
Yo,
a lot of these ministers.
if Sanji solos the ministers, I'm done.
Happening.
Nah,
It
I don't
depends
think
on like
that's
where these. It depends on where these ministers are in power, because I'm sure some of them are weaker than others, right? For instance, the firstborn son, right? Like
Sparrow.
Sparrow, yeah, he's a minister of Candy, and so like we have these
Right.
other ministers. Technically, Cracker is a minister, but obviously like that's a special case. So I think we're gonna get
Not
like
a
a lot of the
technicality.
lower, yeah. But like I think we're gonna see a lot of these lower tier ministers at first with Sanji fighting him. But then like I'm hoping that we get these top tier ministers. 'Cause I would assume Bobbin is a minister, maybe. Like I would just guess. Because like the opera and stuff like that were ministers, so I
Bobbin's
think
probably
it's
the minister of nuts. His head is like a nut.
he's nuts.
Yeah.
Like I think he's gonna fight like a top minister. Like Amande has a sword. I don't think like he'll fight her, but
I'm on to see that being the case. Just because like that
yeah.
would free
I mean,
the
what
books.
do we have?
That-
Montiora. Montiora. That'd be
Because like I would see it this way, right? Even though Isha worked for Luffy, but like knowing Oda, he might make observation hockey for Sanji relevant. Because like the big thing for like Montior was his like kind of genjutsu, his like reality bending powers, where like you couldn't really see anything. Also, secretly,
right.
I was looking for him. I'm pretty sure Panda Man's in the middle on the panel. I can't tell. On free page 6, I was looking for him because I was like, he's got to be here. I know it. It looks like Panda Man. If you guys go to page 6, where they're looking overview of the courtyard, where they're first fighting Baron Tamago or Vince Counts chick with Pedro, right in the middle of it, between the two taller guys, right in the middle, you'll see Panda Man. I'm pretty sure it's him.
Man.
The strongest. I really want Panda Man to be an actual person. Like in Gintama, they had, well, I won't say really too much, but like the mascot actually someone.
Yeah.
People know what I'm talking about.
What if Panda Man is waiting at Raptor?
Bro, he
I
was on
wouldn't be
Shanks' crew.
surprised.
That's all I needed to know. But yeah, so like the
It
Tamago
does
thing.
look like Panda Man.
I know, I told you. There's a little head, you can tell. But yeah, it's like Tamago. What do you guys think about his fruit? Because the one thing I like really well about this arc.
I hated it.
You hated it? Wait, why?
I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
I would have
Like he just reborns into like like chick. Like I understand like the whole process and stuff when you look at the fruit and like how it just keeps on changing, but like I don't know. I just wasn't digging it. Like just especially when you seeing like what Pedro was doing to him. Like
honestly, like I've learned not to sleep on any of these fruits anymore, just because like some dude could come out with a garbage fruit, and I would still be like waiting for it to see its full like powers.
Yo, I'm telling you, Garbage Planet, You ever seen Futurama? You know where I'm going
I
with it.
know, I know.
Not happening, man.
Like side note is I was actually reading this week's Hero Academia, and even the people that don't like it, because I know some people like really don't like it, I highly suggest reading the 123 and 124, so this week and last week's, because it literally makes, like, without spoiling anything, it makes one of the top tier people have one of like the most garbage like abilities, and it says like with experience any power can become super OP.
Yeah, it's true.
And this dude, like, if you look at the
Yeah.
power, it is like, dude, I don't know how to say it without spoiling it, but like, it's super OP when knowing how to use it. But if you don't know how to use it, like, it's literally the worst power kind of thing. So either you know how to use it, or you don't. And I feel like a lot of
Right.
powers in One Piece are gonna be like shown on Whole Cake Island is similar. Like the
It's
cream.
just like the berry no me.
No, for real. Like, it's pretty much a Buggy's fruit. But no, yeah, like, I think a lot of
So
his powers are kind
I,
of
I I like how Pedro broke free from the usual shonen trope of just sitting back and letting your opponent transform. He said, "Nah, man, I'm about to put an end to this."
No, for real, dude. He's like, no, I'm gonna. I love the best part is like I can't wait for that part to be animated where they're all like, no, like stop him, like, because they in their minds are like, dude, it's over. Like, Tamago, he's about to go Super Saiyan, and then like literally fucking Pedro's like, nah, I'm gonna kill him. He's
Yeah.
literally coming over to stab him.
It did seem like something like out of like Dragon Ball Z. Like
Yeah.
when we were kids, we were like commenting saying he could just attack him while he's transforming. And Oda seems to like.
Man, I'm mad at Oda though, man. I want to see Count Chicken. I want to see what Count Chicken look like.
Bro, we're gonna get King. I'm telling you, King or Emperor Chicken. For people that like, this is kind of where I see it like getting reference is if anyone's played Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. It's an old like kind of Nintendo game.
Never played it.
It was super fun. It's literally what this is from. I can kind of tell. And they had like a boss who's literally a giant chicken, and it's called like Emperor like Chick or something like that. And so I'm thinking we're gonna see something like that. It's an older game. But yeah, no, like I'm pretty pumped for this because like I like to see these fruits that secretly are slept on, or not even secretly, like everyone sleeps on, but then you see some crazy stuff. Like that's how I like to see things.
Yeah.
I see like what I find about Tamago is if he had like two transformations, like which were hard to get into, I would have like liked it. But now it's like 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Every
with this.
He needs help too, like people backing him up and stuff. It's
Yeah.
kind of underwhelming.
I mean, but the thing is, like, if you like don't know about the power, because obviously Pedro clearly knew about it, but if you don't know about the power, right? Like, for instance, like some people were like, "Oh, like did Tamago just get one shot on the chapter when he gets sliced in half, right?" And so like it's kind of interesting because it's like a new spin on something. And like, do you guys think it's a Zoan? Because I kind of feel like it is.
It has to be, I think. There's no way it's a Paramecia.
And this goes
Like,
back
it
to like
can't-
the idea that even the Zoans have like special properties to themselves.
Which is what I've been saying this whole time, but nobody wanna. I mean,
I
come on
believed in
now.
you when you said the jacket. I believed in you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
But no,
But
like
is he awakened?
see the thing is with me, right? Is I feel like people under Yonko should be awakened in the sense that like I don't see why like Yonko's couldn't kind of like explain to them how it works. That might be pushing it, but like Tamago at least seems like one of the top tier people in her crew, or one of the most known people, and so I feel like his should be awakened.
I fully agree with you, DGK.
Because like, I don't know, like I think Big Mom arc has been perfect in the sense that like we're seeing all these powers that by normal like methods should be like less not garbage because that's a bad way to put it, but like less powerful than these other fruits. Again, like if someone's like, oh, do you want the yummy yummy fruit or the fucking tama fruit? Like most people would take the yummy yummy, but like there's some people who with this chicken fruit would be able to actually do some crazy stuff with it. Because
Yeah.
if there's really no limit to how much he can get cut, and he just keeps getting stronger, that would be crazy.
Actually, this fruit would suit Blackbeard, right?
This fruit,
Yeah, because
like we don't know. Like the thing is, we don't know if he takes damage while using it. Because most fruits have like a limit to like, for instance, like Law, he's a limit to how many like rooms he can put up and like how big they can be because it drains the stamina. And I think the same is with like all the other users. Like I don't think you can forever be like, constantly using your fruit. Like for instance, like I don't think an Emerald's like constantly being able to like shoot out like beams of light. Like eventually he's gonna run out, kind of a thing. So I feel like
Yeah.
there is a limit to how much times he can transform. Like so, and we'll probably see that.
But
But
still,
like, yeah,
I mean, Blackbeard down with one hit.
yeah.
He got the screen.
How do you guys rate the fight in between them going so far in terms of like who seems like is gonna be the winner? Because I mean, obviously, like they kind of got away from each other, but like for me, it did look like Pedro was kind of like shitting on Tamago, and I thought they would
Absolutely.
Yeah, he kind of was.
I
Like,
I don't
just
think
give-
Tamago is a match for him.
yeah, and like they kind of they I would have tried to make it look like they were supposed to be like on the same tier at least, or roughly close to each other, but like it doesn't look like that. And it could be a case where like they haven't fought for a couple of years or whatever, so like maybe Pedro got stronger in that time, even though Tamago
Yeah.
I think is like 100 million more or something like that, Bonnie.
So if we go by the tiers, right? Does this like make Pedro come near the powers of the top suite commanders?
I don't want to say he's a sweet commander
I wouldn't say so.
because I still think Tamago, since we didn't see his third form, it's still like stronger. Because like Oda's been doing this a lot.
Yeah,
It's
his
like,
third form could be a match for him.
yeah, like he's been kind of nerfing in a sense some of these characters because we haven't seen their full power. Like Cracker, I think we never saw even remote close to his full power. Just in my personal opinion though, like I feel like this arc we're just getting shown the abilities of Devil Fruits because like I was saying earlier, this arc for Big Mom Pirates, it seems like they're pretty well versed in how their abilities work, and they've trained them for quite a long time. And this kind of goes back to like it does look like all these Big Mom Pirates will have a food related ability then. The only one I guess is the exception would be then obviously Pudding because memory.
What about Peckins?
I mean Turtle is a food. Turtle's stupid.
I think it's related to like the Japanese eat turtles.
I mean they do like they.
I don't think
like,
there's symbolism with Peckhams. I think he's just a man, like lion with a turtle fruit. Because I just don't want every character in One Piece having like some kind of fruit where all of a sudden there's this crazy symbolism and shit, which it's cool to have just for more like to know what's going on with the guy, but like I don't think he needs that kind of explanation.
I just think that we're seeing like these.
Wait, who are you talking about right now?
He's talking about Peckhams.
Oh,
but I think we're just seeing like the theme of the Big Mom Pirates, kind of like how Zoans are gonna be the theme of Kaido, and then like Blackbeard's is probably gonna be literally just super like OP like fruits, and then Shanks obviously was just hockey users only probably. So I think it's just the theme of Big Mom is like these crazy like food related fruits that like they don't like seem OP at the beginning, but then depending on how well the user is like versed with them, we'll see a better use.
Yeah.
So like I want to go back to the pudding thing because like I literally think that's gonna be a huge thing. Is that's clearly why she's her favorite. Now, obviously she's half breed for half being a three eyes, and then half something else. So the half something else, I'm assuming is human.
It has to be.
Oh, now this means
that. But then again, if her dad was three eyes, whatever, right? Then like, because Big Mom's like a dwarf giant.
Yeah,
like, she would be like a little bit taller.
Yeah, like we don't know what she is, but like that's why I'm guessing she's just a dwarf giant. So the thing is with that though, the three eyes is like that means
that about a lot of her children though.
Wait, what?
I say you can say that about a lot of her children. Like, shouldn't they be taller?
I mean, some of them are pretty tall, like Cracker.
Could have been something messed up during like when like birth and everything, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's interesting that like the Big Mom that obviously had to have a three-eyed person at one point in time, like because like obviously she had to have sex with them, and so I think it's just interesting though that like how they mentioned like Roger did that to her before. So do you think then Big Mom was at least, if not like a Yonko, like a better lack of term, is like a Yonko at that point in time when Roger was like a big shot, and then like
I don't think so. I think the system came into work right after Roger died.
That's kind of how I saw it, but like Big Mom was at least a big person, like in terms of like power at that time. It seems like because I'm guessing Roger really just strolled in and just like, hey, like nice poneglyph, like it's mine now.
Yeah, I was gonna make a mention of this actually quickly because I saw Straw Hat saying put this in the comment section that like people are kind of sleeping on the fact that like One Piece was a thing before he went to go and like find the poneglyphs and stuff, which I found interesting because it's like, oh, Roger went and found One Piece. No, One Piece was there already,
which is basically what I've been thinking the whole time. Because I've been thinking like it has to be a thing before Roger touches it.
But this goes back to like when people are talking about whether or not like Luffy is the second coming of Roger, this is kind of makes it more obvious because now we see that like Luffy's literally doing the exact same thing as Roger was doing to a point.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, I don't think Sanji was there, or like there was wedding, but like something happened in that case.
But how do you think like Roger kept it? Like, you know how like he thought like he had to use the voice of all things. Like, did he write it down to like really write it down for him?
I think he like ran across it. I want to know how he got in there and everything like that. But no, I'm guessing somehow he kind of came across it, remembered it, and then just told someone randomly.
Right. I don't know, because I feel like with Roger, like I see that the similarities in personality with Luffy, and knowing Luffy, like if you were to hear something very important, I highly doubt he's gonna write it down. Like someone's gonna be there to write it down for him, like Usopp.
Oh yeah, because like Usopp has this little notepad that we've seen more recently.
Exactly, yeah. So Scopper could be the person that was writing down stuff for him.
Yeah, or like if Odin was with him at the time, maybe. But no, yeah. So like I just thought that was interesting because then this like kind of goes back to like the big thing of now we know that there are other people besides Robin that like for sure like can do these things, like read these poneglyphs and whatnot.
So y'all don't think Big Mom was on that level back then?
What level?
I think she like. Here's the thing. When I read that, like the whole sentence and stuff, where like, you know, I'm not gonna trust Roger and stuff, I literally started remembering Moria and Kaido back at Thriller Bark. You know, because it's just like it's like, oh, I'm not gonna let him do this to me again and stuff, and it kind of mirrored what Moria said about Kaido back in Thriller Bark. So I'm like, oh, okay.
To answer real quick, Fist-san, he said, I thought that Roger making it a thing is what made it One Piece, but now all he did was named it. So basically, from my understanding, is One Piece was always a thing. Like whether it's, I'm just gonna call it the weapon because that's kind of what I think it is it was a weapon. It was the weapons, the three weapons, you know, Pluton, Uranus, and Neptune. And so he knew about before, but when he died, he kind of made it like, I don't know, he kind of false advertised, basically saying, yeah, like all my treasure, like you can have it, but you gotta find the One Piece. So in all these fodder people's minds, and even people like Luffy, like they think it's gonna be like a big pile of treasure or like something else like that. It's something that's gonna like make them want to like risk their life for. I guess a good way to put it would be like if someone like Bill Gates died, right? He's like, yeah, like I'm gonna leave all my precious things like in this one place, right? There are people in the world who would literally like break out a treasure map and start trying to find it, because like, you know, imagine the amount of money that like Roger probably had like saved up. And so if that's the case, all these people, especially after Whitebeard said it, because now people know it's a like for sure thing. So now like people are basically coming out looking for this treasure in the hopes that if they find it, they can become like the richest people and the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you feel like One Piece in a sense would be separated from the Void Century, or it has to be connected?
So, because I kind of want to do a video on it, but like my thing is I do think it's going to be the weapons, but I think the weapons are the key and not the actual One Piece. I'll say that. There was a theory about before, but like, and so the people that know what I'm talking about, they've probably seen it. It was pretty big at one point in time, this theory, and I still think it's the most like logical way. You know, fuck it, I'll just say it. So I think personally that the weapons are like the puzzle pieces. You're gonna find all of them, and when they're all combined, they turn into a big ass weapon, and that weapon is gonna blow up the red line and whatnot. Because people talked about this before, and all of the like pieces, or sorry, all of the like, the red line in the middle is all gonna be gone. So if you look at the world map for One Piece, there'll be no red line. So all the world will be connected, all four corners of the world, right? And then it would make sense because everyone's dream at that moment would become a reality. All blue would mean all the fishes can be connected at once. So that'd be all blue in the middle. Nami would then have a map around the entire world. Frankie could sell the ship around the entire world. The whole thing about like if you look at the trains, right, in One Piece, the sea trains that were a big thing, and then look at these big ass gates, right? They were constructed in the sense that like only specific military people and specific celestial dragons and whatnot could use them to get around the world. And kind of like, you know, how like they said, like Brooke said, getting from the North Blue to the East Blue, where Sanji was, right, is a huge feat because like they go up the mountain. But if that mountain's not there, you could literally just sell like a fucking like paddle boat, you know what I mean, through the like obviously there would be Sea Kings still, but you could sell it through the world. And most likely, I'm guessing, is the Sea Kings were angered by having this big ass obstacle come in their like homeland because it blocked them from going around the world. That's why we see sea kings like the shitty little cow from Arlong Park way in East Blue, where like we see stronger ones in like Fishman Island and stuff like that. So I think it's all like, I think the entire One Piece like theme is the idea of like things like slavery and whatnot, and like oppression. And I think when we get this red line taken down, kind of like think of it like the Great Wall of China or the Jump Wall. When that's gone, like there'll be no more like things separating everyone from each other, and therefore the entire world would be connected.
I have one problem with that.
No, Stebo, no. What?
Well, basically, how would Sanji even know that the all blue is a thing if the red line has been there the entire time? Like, where would he be getting the idea of the all blue
the all
from?
blue would be from the Void Century. The all blue was there beforehand. I literally think this.
Oh, for sure, it had to have been.
Because,
but my thing is, how would the all blue exist if the red line has been there this whole time? Do you think someone built the red line?
Yeah, someone built the red line. Because think about it logically, right? Red line is right below Mirijoa. Yeah. Which means that at some point in time, and we know that these like places, right, these floating islands in the sky, get knocked up there. They weren't always there. Like Skypiea, the portion of Skypiea that the Chandrians, the like not the original Skypians, but the like Indians, I don't know what else to call them, the Native American like Skypians. So like
you're talking about the upper yard.
Yeah, so Kalgar and stuff, they got knocked up there. It wasn't originally always up there.
Yeah.
And so it's, going back to it's like Mirijoa, it's perfect for them because they can go wherever they want. They can keep flying, like floating around from island to island and whatnot. And you see all these islands like that, the balloon island that Kaido was on.
Kondo, yo.
Rouge, that looked pretty well man-made. And then you get these weather wizards. Clearly, that shit was man-made. Like, because we know that way back, the entire islands, like how to put it, like I lost my train of thought now. But yeah, no, like basically all like, the Void Century, all these people from the Void Century, they were all well versed in technology. They were they were more advanced back then than they were now, is what they hint at quite a bit. So yeah, so like I personally think, go ahead.
Yeah, also Enel's the robots, he found automatons.
And I think because like we see these other, like we talked about the 2 streams ago on our side Voyage stream, I know people thought it was crazy, but like the space thing, right, is going to space. Like I think those plants are part of like all these man-made things, and they probably hold together certain things on the world. Because the bigger thing to think about is, remember when we're going to Marineford and Luffy's like ship with Buggy and all of them, right? And they specifically say like, unless you have the government's permission, these big ass gates, the 3 big gates, right? I forgot what they called it inside. There's like the calm belt or something like that. I can't remember. I can't
remember. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And like those gates were clearly man-made. Like that's not a natural thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like to have technology like that, you need people like Vegapunk, which again is Void Century. So I'm pretty sure during the Void Century, like after everything was like said and done,
Gates of Justice.
Yeah. And then so after everything was done, these Gorosei, they put people to work, because think about the bridge, right? The bridge being made that Robin landed on. There's something Wolf. I can't remember what you'll see. Tequila Wolf, yeah. So that was being made, right, to connect all the things, because they're like, oh yeah, Celestial Dragons and the Marines will be able to use it, not normal people. So that means only they could use it, right? To go around the world, because the whole thing about One Piece is you cannot go around the blues, like North Blue, East Blue, West Blue, South Blue, unless you're either super OP, because all like these monsters and shit around there, right? Or unless you have connections to the government. Right. I feel like if that's all gone, a normal human being, so a random like Dressrosa citizen, could literally go from Dressrosa all the way to like Arlong Park or wherever.
Right.
So that's like there's way more to that in my theory, but like I'll try to make a video about it. But that's basically where I see it. It's like the end of One Piece will be when Luffy unites everyone, because that's probably the big war, is all the government versus all the people that want to be united. Because that's
I mean that part is clear, but the whole mechanism behind it is important for us to figure out.
Yeah. But no, that's why I say like it's gonna make a giant like cannon or something to like, and the Emerald City is probably gonna be inside the mountain itself, is my guess. And that's probably gonna be where like a lot of the Poneglyphs are.
Yeah.
But no, so that's because I could see the final island, right? like the actual place where we're gonna find about everything from the Void Century, right? Whether that's Raftel or whatever, is probably gonna be inside the red line, I think. Because think about it this way, right? If we know there's 4 islands, right? Because the 4 red poneglyphs, or the world poneglyphs, Rio poneglyphs, whatever you want to call them. I'm guessing each one's going to be in a different section of the blue. So like one's going to be north blue, one's going to be east blue, one's south and the west. And in the middle of it will be the red line, and they'll be inside the red line where the Emerald City is, and it's probably going to be the final island.
Also, the island Blackbeard was on. Remember the magma island? Lava island?
Yeah.
Was he stranded there by accident, or was he there purposely?
You're talking about when Bonnie Bonnie? Or...
Yeah.
No, he wasn't stranded there. They were literally they crashed their ship pretty much. So I guess they kind of were, but they're gonna make a trade of Bonnie for a warship, and then it kind of showed up and kind of fucked the plan up, and so they had to literally jump back on I can't think of his name right now. I'm forgetting a lot of things. The big ass tall guy, San Juan Wolf, I think. Battleship.
San Juan Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was breaking the ship.
Yeah, and so because he was, from my understanding, is their raft was literally probably him holding up the raft in his hands and walking across the sea, which is fucking crazy if you think about it. But no, yeah, so that's, and then they were trying to get a good raft or a good ship because they wanted a battleship, but then they didn't get it because I kind of fucked up everything.
How did they get that guy in and out of the prison?
Bro, because he's the fucking best. And that's nothing. Impel down, bro. That's that shouldn't even exist. For if you think about how hard that would be to actually create.
Yeah.
It's underwater. Like if you look at how big it was compared to these Sea Kings that are like floating around it. That's why I'm saying all these big things are man-made from the Gore side, from the Vegapunk side of it. His ancestors probably made all this shit.
Yeah, I can understand the Gates of Justice and Impel Down being man-made. I don't even think that's an argument, but the red line, it just looks so natural.
It does look natural, but
it stretches all the way around the world.
But look at Pika, right? He can I'm obviously it's not Pika that did it. That's these devil fruits that they probably used could be easy. If you get an earth devil fruit,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's very possible.
And that's the same thing I was thinking.
Prediction time. Okay, so the red line was created by the first ever Earth Logia user.
Yeah.
And it's awakening so crazy that I can build literally the Berlin Wall.
Would you be surprised though? I wouldn't even be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, no. Because if anything, whoever has that fruit is probably with the world government, if anything.
Because if it the 4 OG elemental types, right? It's fire, lightning, and then if we get earth, and then I don't know what would be the other one. I would say water, but obviously I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
But those people are probably
fire. I like that though. The Earth Logate user, whoever's with the world government, actually made the wall, the red line after the Void Century.
But yeah, no. So that's kind of where I see it. So we can go back to the chapter.
Yeah.
That's a side void right there.
Yeah.
No, Dan's not working.
He's not working.
Dan's taking an L right now, as far as I know.
So I guess interesting. So what do you think she's gonna talk to Big Mom about?
I think she's gonna try and say she's gonna handle the situation herself, the whole I'm gonna shoot Sanji, this and that. Because the way I'm looking at it, when she was saying to Brooke, in her head, to Brooke's oh, the bowman's still okay. Well, at least he's here. I think for sure she's still good, but she's gonna try and figure out something now because she kind of saw where some of the Straw Hat members are right now. So obviously with Brooke being captured, she can try and figure out some kind of plan to kind of help the Straw Hats, and more importantly, helping out Brooke get out of the situation that he's in.
Yeah. Do you think she's gonna roll back because she's gonna probably want to put Brooke in a page, right? So do you think she's either gonna sit smoothly with Brooke maybe, or herself, and she's gonna live big? Oh yeah, let me go drop this guy off, and then she's gonna see all the books burned.
Yeah. But I'm also thinking too, because she specifically said let's go to your room so we can talk. Do you think she's gonna try and use her Delphi powers on Big Mom?
Yeah, I was just about to say
attack or something like that.
It shouldn't work.
Because I could see that happening. I could see it happening, but I can see her getting caught at the same time.
It shouldn't
just
work.
Depends on how it's gonna be done.
These are the things.
What if she speed blitz Big Mom?
Shut the fuck up. I knew you were gonna say that. But non-trollery, right? It really, really shouldn't be possible to do for something like that, right? If it's an admiral, right, with that power, okay, maybe. But bro, it shouldn't I don't know how to put It would literally, like, the only thing I could think of off the top of my head would be like, if I was in your house, right, Laws, like right now, like if I was in your room and I was like, okay, you know that Toriko poster in the background, right? I'm about to jack that, but I'm gonna be in your room. You're gonna be watching me do it, bro. I'm gonna like fucking, I'm gonna hit you on the back. You're gonna be watching me the entire time. I'm gonna fucking get crowbar.
You about to touch my Toriko greatness, bro? Like,
No.
oh man, you about to catch this.
DGK, you cut out DGK.
Yeah, he threatened my Toriko, so I decided, I was gonna send my goons after him at will.
And can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
All right. Well, I think because she said it's a bit embarrassing. I think it's about Sanji.
I think so. I think she's gonna say straight up, like, let me handle the situation as it is, right? But she's gonna she's trying to figure out how to get the Straw Hats out of there. It's just a matter of like the homies, I think, are the only thing that can potentially stop her if they're kind of like, they know exactly like what's going on with her, like her being shady, because I mean, like the whole like her like whispering to them and stuff, like I think it would be pretty obvious, whatever, that she might be telling them a secret. But like the whole, I go back to the whole telepathy thing. I think Nami knows what's going on. Like she got a message passed on to her.
My mic was like fucked up for a minute. If you say anything like the last 2 minutes, I didn't hear you.
Oh no, basically I'm just saying, like, I think like putting still has to be good because like I go back to the whole telepathy thing with like Nami. So like Nami probably knows what's going on pretty much, like at least the gist of it, and like the rest of the plan is like all up to pudding pretty much right now.
Oh yeah,
I don't understand how you guys think she's with
she's
the
good.
Straw Hats.
How did, bro?
I mean, like,
she said the thing about Brooke. That's a clear dead giveaway that she's still good.
How?
But why is Bowman here? Why, like, if she was evil, why was she like still like, she'd be like, oh, like, like normal personality and shit. She wants to be sadistic. Why not? Because if they plan to trap Brooke somewhere else, then it would make more sense afterwards,
Like this okay, think about this, right? If she really was under this entire plan, right, of fucking with Sanji and the crew, wouldn't Big Mom know about it?
Yeah.
So why would she be worried if she found out like, oh yeah, I met Brooke, like I know Brooke? She shouldn't be worried because that's part of her plan.
Didn't Brooke say that?
Yeah, and then she said after, like, oh, like glad he's okay, like that would have been bad if he's fucking dead.
I don't remember her being glad.
Yeah, but she kind of thought in her head that's thing. She never blurted it out.
But could it also be that she already awakened her eye, but she didn't tell anybody about it?
Yeah, maybe.
I want
one of the reasons.
I don't
know.
I think Sanji's gonna like maybe kiss her and like awaken it, as trolly as that sounds. I think it's gonna be something like that.
That would involve Oda being nice to Sanji. That's not gonna happen.
I tell you, Sanji's dying this arc.
Oh, fucked up.
I'm playing.
So like, kind of something else too is like, it's nice to see that like Brooke's not gonna be able to like counter everyone out of this arc, because unless we found out that Big Mom's soul is specific in the sense that's a lot stronger. So I do feel like maybe souls that are from stronger people are gonna be like just stronger homies in general.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Zeus made a chair for Big Mom.
Wait, what? Did he?
Zeus made a chair for Big Mom.
Yeah, she was sitting on Zeus.
What? Wait.
Yeah. If you look at it, she's sitting on the clouds. Yeah.
Oh my god! What? That power is open.
He has a Milky dial.
That's crazy.
Oh, you're right.
I did not take a notice into that. Wow.
I thought it was sexy when I seen it.
So it was a good thing that wasn't Prometheus or whatever. Otherwise, like, she'd be fucking on fire.
No, she wouldn't. She can resist that. Son.
She's sitting on a flaming throne.
Zeus looks so dorky with that hat.
Why do you think it's? Oh yeah, that's interesting that they call it Napoleon. Oh, holy shit! Oh, okay. All right, I just figured something out. Okay, so you know how we think she's a dwarf, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you
Napoleon.
Yeah, Napoleon, bro. You know, for people that don't know, Napoleon was, I believe he was French. I have my fucking history in that part sucks.
Yep.
Yes, he is French.
Yeah, but his big thing was people, because you're so small, he was very short for a person. And so people would kind of make fun of him for that. And like that was like, well, he's well known for it, right? He was a small, like dwarfish, like man. He was in power. He had power, but he's small and dwarfish. The names.
Yeah. And also the hat that she's wearing is exactly the same hat that Napoleon always wore.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
I don't know. When I look at the hats, right, and we got the name of Napoleon, right, I started thinking back to like when the whole thing with like Law's name being revealed, right, and like how like the history behind like a battle with that guy Napoleon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
Waterloo, right?
Law were to make a comeback into like like later on when they fight Big Mom, like that. I think that kind of says right there, like Law's gonna play a part in Big Mom.
The Battle of
Waterloo. The Battle of Waterloo. Maraz, do you remember?
I remember that from history class. I learned something in school.
Yeah, for One Piece, though, right?
So,
yeah, man.
Who was the Battle of Waterloo against? So that was French.
I think that was the French against the Russians.
I look back at it.
Wasn't it?
Against the Russians, I think, because I remember it said something about them not being prepared for the winter.
Yeah, a French army.
All right, what do you guys think of this Viscount Chicken, Duke Chicken, and Baron Tamago?
Best.
A lot of people don't like it.
Tamago steam level.
I thought it was dope, honestly.
I didn't really care about
I should be.
I thought it was a little too silly.
Actually, the fight between Napoleon was the French against
Prussians.
a different part of no, it was English. It was the Dutch people. It were the different groups of people together against the French people.
So,
yeah, I feel ashamed because that was in Belgium.
I know, you should know. This is why we have you. But no, like I think that's interesting because that kind
of. That's why you have me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But no, it's interesting because that's like this is what we say is like the small things, guys, is what Oda does, bro. Like I didn't know as I was reading that. I was just re-looking at the names because I saw Thunderhead and the Prometheus and all that shit.
Yeah, that was like the first thing I noticed in the chapter before the whole like Roger stuff.
You fuck, why didn't you say it?
Well, I waited till later on to say it since we're done live reacting. I'm like, yeah, by the way, Napoleon. No, but like that's what I'm thinking too, because a Big Mom's not falling in this arc. We have to kind of get that out of the way. Like, so if Law ends up coming in afterwards, let's say if they end up tangling with Big Mom, then it makes sense now because we know it's Napoleon thing. There's going to be a connection afterwards, and then that'll give a reason for Law to kind of come in there and help Luffy beat Big Mom.
So who's the English then?
The English is Luffy. No, I mean, who do you think it is?
I mean, you have Prussians. You can say that's Robin.
Well, and it's funny too because like Sanji's clearly supposed to be like the French portion of it. And you guys remember way back when we got front cover and it showed like Zoro was Germany, Luffy was I don't know what the fuck Luffy was. Frankie was America.
Luffy was Brazilian, if I remember.
Was he?
But
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like I bet you could like look at there. I bet like Brooke's gonna be one of the people involved.
And by the way, what is it? Tamago is, by the way, also French with his mustache.
Yeah, that's true.
And X are really, really important in French.
Definitely.
So we know.
But he also has the T.
Yeah, and by the way, Napoleon the Bicorn is really the head of Napoleon itself. It says it. I searched it up on Wikipedia, and it says that it's the head from Napoleon.
Big Mom's head, right?
Yeah, but it says Bicorn or what is it?
Bicorn, yeah.
Yeah, and literally, if you type that down in Google, you will see Napoleon's head. So it's literally Napoleon's head.
Yeah, that's definitely connected.
And the thing is also, Napoleon had quite a syndrome about being a small guy, and that's why he was always sitting on a horse and stuff, because he was then bigger than the rest of his people. So that's also a little bit the syndrome about being small and actually want to have giants, so he can be big. So that makes also sense now though with the whole theory about it.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I think that's interesting because then that kind of like.
I bet Shanks will roll up on Whole Cake Island like, "What's up, shorty?"
No, that's Lucky Roo's job, man.
And didn't Napoleon also were mentioned as the Sun King?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know like that portion of history that much.
Yeah, I think it was. They call him the King of the Sun, and that makes sense then with the Zeus, with Prometheus.
Yeah.
It does make sense, yeah.
I don't know.
I have to search.
All I know is that Law is gonna solo the verse once he takes on Big Mom the next time. But yeah, what do you? I guess we can go on to the Reiju stuff afterwards with Luffy. I mean, like, first of all, before we even dive into that, Reiju was a 10 out of 10, I must say.
Thighs.
Like, bro, like, come on.
After Dark.
yeah, bro, the After Dark.
But no, so yeah, like, it's just interesting because like Reiju kind of already knew that like Luffy's group was like kind of special, and like they were the ones like she told Sanji to go find when she was a child.
Yeah. Like, it's interesting though, man, because like the way things are kind of going right now with Luffy, like I'm scared to see like what, like, he obviously, like, he's gonna find like the Vin Smokes and stuff afterwards, but like I feel like Reiju might have sent him, like, I don't know, it's so weird right now, because I feel like in the same sense, like, Luffy should be okay, with the whole, like, what's going on with him later on, but like I feel like that impact from him falling is gonna really fuck him up. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Judge is a medium and they fight, like Judge isn't like knocking him down or something.
Yeah. So then, just saying, like, do you think that Vin Smokes are supposed to represent, obviously, like Germany, but like,
I'll say Nazi Germany, if anything.
Well, yeah, because like the Reich and stuff like that.
There's always also the theme of the Third Reich,
yeah,
which means
in
the past.
Reich.
Oh, sorry, I was just thinking about that. I'm still like kind of rereading.
I'm thinking that the whole cake thing is more like in Europe, how we see it with Europe. The nation, the German 66 is the Nazi stuff
on Italy.
Yeah, and we're talking now with Big Mom with Napoleon. It's also quite a lot of European things, also with battles and stuff. So I think it's all about the battles in Europe, what's going on.
Yeah, that is true. So if the Vin Smokes are Germany, and Big Mom is French.
Yeah, so they combine it actually. This is also with the Second War, the First World War. It was also France against Germany.
But you think that like Nazi Germany tried to take over France, and did succeed until they got rescued? You think that the Vin Smokes will be able to take over Big Mom, the Big Mom pirates, until someone saves them?
I feel like. I mean, something could happen where, like, obviously, like, Big Mom gets weakened and her crew gets weakened, but even then, it shouldn't. Like, I don't want to say I'm fanboying the Yonkos, but like, they should be the strongest on the island.
Yeah, but then it's like you separate the two, like the crew and then like the Yonko. Like, if Katakuri doesn't do anything big in this arc, then honestly, like, her crew just doesn't look as impressive as I hoped it would be. Even though when you look at the whole thing, like, Luffy and Nami did beat Cracker, but it's like Luffy should have been, like, if he was ready, he should have been able to take down a Yonko commander without Nami's help. Obviously, there's matchups and stuff you have to kind of put in there as well, but like, it sucks. Like the way things are going right now, especially like the stuff like the off-screen fight with Brook and Big Mom, because I do see that like in the anime they might show some stuff off, but like, because I feel like that's what's going on. If we're not getting this stuff in the manga, we're gonna get it in the anime.
Yeah. Side note: do you guys think Big Mom, or sorry, not Big Mom? Do you think Roger had a three-eyed person in his crew by chance? I feel like he probably did.
I don't think so, man.
I don't think so.
I think this is something separate. Like, he might have known about them, but I don't think he had one in his crew. But then again, like, what we saw of his crew, like, from like, flashbacks and stuff, that's probably not enough. That's probably, let's say, like, the kind of, if you look up where Blackbeard and stuff, how he has like the first mate, second mate, like all those ships and everything, right? That's probably like what his first group is like. He might have had someone in the second or third ship.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know. I don't think he would. Personally, I don't think he would. I probably knew all the races, but I don't think he had anyone in his crew that was a third eye. Ugh.
So, Katakuri is.
Well, if Katakuri is a three-eyed person.
Katakuri is Heinrich Himmler confirmed.
Yeah.
Katakuri better be amazing.
It could be like an all-limb person, or what they called them. I can't remember. The hybrid of the long legs or a long limb person. I can't remember what they called them.
Long limb.
If he's like, yo, imagine he's like among those like the long limb tribe people, and he can throw hands.
No.
You know. But honestly, like if they need like with all the straw hats that are there to be able to beat just a Yonko commander, bro, they ain't ready.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's how I feel like it should be, kind of though.
I know, but it's like with Luffy himself. Like I know, like he should be able to close the gap at least. Like especially after Doflamingo and stuff, he should have been able to close the gap a bit. But like it's tough to say now, especially because like we're in the second half of the arc, right? So things are kind of being rushed a bit, in my opinion. So like some stuff like when we think that's gonna happen like chapters later on, we're gonna get it now. You know, just to get out of the way.
Yeah.
You can expect a video in the future from someone, starting with them. How old is Big Mom?
I'm saying right now, she's probably 100 years old. Like right on a dot. Yeah, she's confirmed to be at least like a dwarf giant. She's older than 100.
How old is Brook?
Brook's like
It's
what?
90, yeah. 92.
Well, right now, yeah, he is. But like then again, like Brook's just a troll though. Unless he knows, unless like his like I don't know, unless like he just knows these things.
Man, Brook knows everything. I wouldn't be surprised if he's accurate and calling her a young lady.
That's another thing I need to mention too, because he's like, oh, the 3-eyed tribe, bro. He knows too much. He just doesn't want to say anything. Like it's getting crazy.
All you gotta do is ask him.
Yeah,
bro, I would beat that man into submission. Just say, bro, tell me what the fuck the One Piece is. You know, like he probably knows this shit too. He just doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, and the more he gets in the world, the more he knows.
44, your mic is like going roboto.
Yeah. See.
But oh man.
They getting loose.
But yeah, honestly, man, like who you think the matchup's gonna be with Katakuri?
He shouldn't fight anyone in my opinion, just because like there shouldn't, in my mind, there's no one that's on his level on the island currently, at least that we know of. So I don't think he should fight anyone, but obviously he's probably going to.
Katakuri is
on his level.
Wait, what happened?
I think we're gonna see a glimpse of him, but I don't really gonna see him fighting. I think that will be later on in the series, because I really think that Big Mom and Katakuri will be coming back later on in the chapter.
They shouldn't. They like, I know there are people that think Big Mom's taking down this arc, but come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Katakuri versus Judge.
No.
I don't think so. It'd be cool to see, but at the same time, like I kind of need that like design, like character design right now for Katakuri, because I know like people would say like, you know, the trolley characters out of nowhere are gonna be like crazy strong, but like I can see him being sort of like in between the middle, where he's gonna look trolly but not really.
I want him to.
Imagine he just wants some big fucking potato.
No.
You know, like, potato head
I
shit.
hope to God that he doesn't have a trolley design. I'm getting tired of
it. I don't know why, and it sounds stupid, but I'm still thinking Wormdog could be Katakuri.
Oh god.
Wait, who? Bro, I'm telling you, Wormdog on that level, and he's the second strong.
Look how he rolled up into the prisoner's library. He rolled into the library.
No, because said, look.
Yeah.
I ain't brushing my teeth, like, and no one said a thing about it.
Nobody said nothing to this man.
Yeah.
What did they do? Everybody stood at attention.
If that was the case, I wouldn't mind it, but like, bro, that'd be the trolliest thing. I would love it because that, like, Oda does say like when people expect. This was in the film Gold interview. People expect characters to be like super like cool looking. He does the opposite because it's funny to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really think because the number 2. That's why I was every time asking why, and also to you guys, why he has the number 2, and I think he's the number 2 because he's the number 2 of Big Mom.
So this is confirmed to me right now. The Snack was the number 1, which means Rouge beat Snack, which means he is on that level.
God.
I swear to God, if he beat the first commander, that's all I need right now. I don't care about what Zeus did. I don't care what Cracker did. He beat the first commander. That's all that matters.
But no, like the thing is, to me, is like whoever Katakuri is, because I think it could be a female still, but whoever it is, like I don't want it to be someone that's weak. Like as redundant that should be, that way I don't have to say it. Like I don't want like these people getting taken out because it would just in my mind and other people's minds make out the Yonkos to seem like they're kind of fodder, like in general.
Yeah.
Because like if their crews haven't like been killed off before, but like you have people like Luffy and Judge rolling in here taking commanders out, like how have they survived for so long?
Judge I can understand, but not Luffy.
I don't know, man. Like I was kind of surprised we didn't get to see like because obviously we went past like the infirmaries and stuff, but like I'm kind of surprised we didn't get like a little cameo from like Snack just chilling in a hospital bed.
Oh yeah,
bro. Like I need to know where like even like Cracker too, because I'm surprised like we're not gonna get anything of him like anytime soon. But I would see like maybe the next chapter or two I can see him coming back.
Maybe you're gonna see them in wheelchairs or something on the wedding, all fucked up.
No, I'm telling you right now, bro. He's gonna be bandaged up. He's gonna be bandaged up, walking down like the stairs, coming out to the outside. He's gonna be waiting at the promised place, and they go round 2 right now.
Somewhere Cracker.
If that happens, I'm telling you, we're getting a beast fight. No Nami, no bullshit, just a straight up fight to the death.
How funny? Oh, sorry. How funny would it be if like Sanji, the drawing of Sanji from Carrot, like they accidentally like took Reiju instead or something like that? Because it does look like a female. Like that'd be funny as fuck.
Yeah, it looks like a woman.
Yeah.
If Katakuri was revealed to be a woman, is Luffy still gonna body the bitch?
Dude,
of course.
God.
Luffy don't discriminate. What you mean?
Yeah, because you know what? Because like if you like a Yusuke or a Meshi, like it doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter anything. You catching an ass whooping the same way everyone else does.
You found old lady. That's all I know.
Yeah, simple as that. Yeah.
No, I really think now it is Worm Dog. It is Worm Dog. Why did they mention Worm Dog in this?
You heard it here first.
Like that. I really think it is. Big Mom is number 1. Worm Dog is number 2.
Katakuri is the number 2, and Snack was number 1, which means Rouge is just a step below Yonko level. I'm telling you, it's happening. And then you come back over here and you realize that we were right.
Yeah, like one thing I want to see from Kakarot is I wanted to hear because like we obviously know like, the island was probably made from these devil fruits and whatnot, and I want to see it where like Kakarot's like the number 1 like food engineer, so aka chef, and then I want him to be the one that made the entire island by himself or something crazy like that, like island level fucking shit.
Oh, yeah,
it would be crazy.
Like, that to me would be a big feat in my mind.
Right.
So
feat. Basically, DGK. You say that Big Mom can be taken down, but like we have Judge versus Katakuri. We have like
I know you wanted to be taken down. I know where you're leading.
No. We have the Windsmokes versus the Sweet Commanders, right? And the Clones versus the Enraged Army, right?
Right.
So all we need is Rouge to take on Big Mom.
I'm so surprised he's not shown up whatsoever in this arc. Like he's just still there in that position, just praying after he sent Kaido to his death.
You guys thought
you know, like Kaido didn't want to. Like think about it like this, man. Kaido did not want to mess with Rouge, so he fell off a fucking Sky Island. Like what is
Kaido was like him? Kaido was like passing by Rouge, and he was like, "Nah, not with this man."
Yeah.
And he fell right in front of Kid and his alliance, and he was like, "Take me, I'll take you on."
He's like, "I'll pick on the number 2. I won't mess with the number 1."
Yeah,
he's not about it.
The Rouge is obviously a whole tier above Kid.
Yeah. In terms of physical strength, he should be, but I think in Devil Fruit power, Kid's gonna be obviously stronger. Because that magnetism, man, like if you watch like Avatar, which I just completed, the blood bending stuff, if that happens with Kid, he souls the verse. I'm not joking.
I don't think blood bending is gonna be a thing.
Shut up! You heard it here first.
It's gonna be with the iron, bro. Like the iron in someone's body, it's gonna happen.
Be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, but like I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not that the iron is so small it is even impossible.
But it's like, how do you stop someone with that power?
You don't.
Hockey.
You don't. Yeah. So, there you go.
Unless your like cells are made out of rubber.
Hockey.
For sure.
You stopped them with hockey.
And
Is
by
there
the
any
way,
final thoughts you guys want to say real quick, or
I just want to talk about the whole One Piece thing just before, because I heard DJK talking about it. Did you guys notice when you see the whole map of the One Piece world, that on the red line there's one big cross?
You're talking about like the part where the knock up stream is, or not the knock up stream. The it's where they go up when they. It's when they meet Crocus. It's where Crocus lives. You're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the waterfall part. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That is going to be the point that has to be destroyed to get the One Piece, like the world, one world.
I think the Emerald City's under that part, and I think I think the entire red line's going. Like I think everything's going at least. I mean, I think I guess only one part of it really has to get destroyed for it to work, but like I kind of think everything's gonna get like destroyed.
I don't know why, but I think it's like what is it? Pluton is going to be the weapon that's going to get destroyed. That piece, and Poseidon is of course what's the name of her? Shiroshi. And I heard somebody saying to me that the Shiroshi is gonna talk to the sea creatures, because afterwards they're gonna be a big, what are you gonna call it, like when you destroy something in the water and it collapses down, there's gonna be something like
a sinkhole kind of.
Yeah, sinkhole, and the sea creatures, the big sea creatures can make that stop, and that makes it like it's gonna be the whole One Piece.
Yeah, like I just all I know is for sure is the red line's gone by the end of the series. That's gonna be like the big thing, because it would be kind of cool too to see like each side of like the Marines on one side of it, and then like Luffy's like entire group on the other side, like we want to go to war just to fight it. Because bro, like I feel like I don't know about you guys, I really want to see a big Navy battle soon, like because bro, like it's a fucking pirate show, you know what I mean? Like I want to see like boat to boat action, shit like that, at least once in the series.
I really want to see that as well. But that's why I also think this is going to be the fight against the old Marines against the new Marines.
Oh yeah,
and like with Kobe and stuff, and they're going to be joined in by the also about Luffy's crew and the whole.
No, yeah, it's like going to be every person Luffy's ever met, including Crocodile and all them. So every pirate and everyone that's a good Marine, all against the old Marines and like pacifistas.
Yeah. That's going to be one hell of a fight.
Oh, bro, fucking.
So,
like oh, sorry.
You know, continue. I was just gonna ask. You guys can answer after you say your point, DGK. But I was gonna ask, where do you put how strong do you guys think that Tamago will be in his final form?
And like I think this form isn't gonna be his final form. I think he's gonna have like 1 or 2 after, which I think Emperor Chicken's gonna be it. Right now I think he's gonna be on. Like I think Duke Chicken will put him on Pedro's level, and I think like after that he'll be slightly stronger than Pedro, maybe.
No, I think it's going to be one more up, and it's going to be a Rooster.
Rooster? Why do you say that specifically?
So you get the chicken, and then it's going to be the Rooster.
Yeah, I guess. You haven't even seen his final form.
This isn't even my final form.
Anything else on the of ideas?
Someone, I remember.
Lord Rooster.
Like someone brought up, I can't remember what it was, but.
No, I know. Sorry. I know why. Why it's a Rooster, because the Rooster is also the national animal of France.
Isn't also the year of the Rooster right now?
It could be.
You know, I just know that from Overwatch because everybody a thing.
It could be, but
I'm pretty sure.
What happens? Is it not in the national flag of France? Also, but in the soccer team of France, is the Rooster the like the logo in the logo? Yeah, right. 44. Help me.
Is
No?
he here?
Wait.
Okay, I'm all by
Now
myself.
he's here. Now he's here.
No, you guys are cutting out for me, so I can't always hear you.
No, I was asking you, like in the national team of France with the soccer team. You hear me now? The rooster isn't the rooster in the logo of it?
Two people in the chat are confirming that it's a rooster, so I think it is. Yeah.
Okay, so that confirms as well that it's going to be a rooster, the next one.
Yo, I'm gonna post like right now in the chat the final form of Tamago.
This guy.
Just a second. So, wants to bring up like
I think everybody is done for now.
Yeah. Well, we'll have them posted, and then I'll end the stream. Anything else anyone in the chat wants to mention before we end the stream?
But do you guys have no predictions then? Like I predicted that Minister would come and fight Sanji.
No, yeah, I think the Minister is gonna come, and I think they're gonna try to fight Sanji. I still think we're gonna like get maybe a chapter or two before they meet with each other. Something anything else I can think of. Like I said, I think maybe Brooke's gonna like somehow escape either out of the book, or like Big Mom's gonna go like lose her shit because she's gonna see all the burned books and shit like that. Maybe I'm not sure.
Oh, all right. So I just posted Tamago's final form in the chat.
You wish he's gonna be like that, Herbert? Yeah. So I'm really thinking that Luffy is gonna go back to that point where he said he's gonna be, and he's gonna sit down there, and everybody will be in Mirrorland. Almost everybody in the next chapter.
Yeah.
Cracker versus
have we already established where we think Big Mom was back when Roger did the Poneglyph thing?
Warlord level.
You think she was Warlord level?
I think she was at least so. At the time, by then, it seems like she was a big known. Because how would she have a Poneglyph if she wasn't? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think she was already Yonko status.
I think like it's like she was like Yonko status, but like she didn't like obtain like the status of the Yonko, because I think that like that probably came after the whole like when Roger passed away and stuff, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like Yonkos could have existed then, and then maybe she was the fourth Yonko at the time.
Yeah,
and then,
but then like it makes sense too, because if you look at the Void Century, like afterwards, like the three great powers, it could make sense that the Yonko was already a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I guess it all depends on like how you see the story. Like at like a week ago, I know we talked about Stebo said that like he believes that they were Yonkos at the time, but like I just said like I thought there was only gonna be 3 of them, but like maybe I was wrong. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still on the boat that there wasn't Yonkos yet, at least not the system, but there were like strong pirates like Shiki and Roger and
right.
Whitebeard. I just think Jinbei Jinbei, I think Big Mom was just slightly below. Okay.
So do we think Roger went in there Roger style, or did he go in there like?
I think he went Roger style.
Incognito.
No, I
think he went in like Metal Gear Solid, like Solid Snake.
You think Roger
just got up and just to his base?
Bro,
yeah, just this thing, man.
So I mean I don't understand why Roger. I mean we know Roger is like a straightforward, take what I want type of guy. Why would he do that if he was strong enough? I think Big Mom might have been stronger than him at the time that he went and got the Poneglyph.
I don't know. I think it was an infiltration mission or some shit. Like I don't know, because it could have been a situation like Kid, like you know, a Kid, like they say, like Kid just showed up on the island trying to cause havoc, and then he was driven off afterwards. But it could have been the case where Roger actually like succeeded in getting what he needed.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say? Otherwise, I'm gonna end here.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else.
And then next week I'll do an actual face reveal and live reaction to that, because it looks like the next week's chapter is going to be pretty good.
Yep.
And then we'll try to figure out the time and get it right this time.
I'll do a face reveal too. Even though most of you guys already know what I look like.
Oh, I saw two fake Stebos earlier. You never know.
Well, Scott or Gavin, the other one was someone else.
I'll probably stream either tonight or tomorrow, most likely tonight, some For Honor gameplay for the people that have the beta. They have it on PS4 and want to play. I know Laz, me, and Dan and Brago have it, so we'll probably be streaming together on that. So I guess see you guys next week, and I'll let you guys do the outro.
Yeah, like the stream.
Disperse.